Oh, there you are, Barney. I've been looking everywhere for you. Where have you been? It's showtime. We've only got to... Oh, Lord. We have only got 30 minutes before we are on. Now, it's a pretty good house, Barney. Well, it's the usual Welwyn Garden City blue rinse brigade, so let's keep it clean. Are you listening? I said, let's keep it clean. And, where have you been?
I'm here. I'm on my spot as usual. I'm ready to go.
Oh, that's it, is it? You're here, you're ready to go. No apologies, no. Sorry, Trevor. Thanks for organising the act, Trevor. Thanks for doing all the work while I hang around like a fart in a spacesuit. He bloody he. Well, no smart ass retort, eh, Barney?
You're the one who likes to hear the sound of their own voice.
Is that right?
You never stop talking.
Well, at least I talk some sense. The garbage you talk drives me crazy.
Christ, Trevor. As if you'd listen to anything I'd say, eh? I mean, you're the one who... You're the boss. You devised the act. You wrote the material. You are the creative genius.
Yes. Yes, I am. And don't you forget it.
How could I? You never shut up about it.
Well, how about you shut up? It's time to get organised for the act. After Brighton, we need to rehearse the opening.
Yeah, we've been back 3 weeks now. You still haven't told me what happened to Brighton.
Nothing happened. I just lost concentration and buggered up a couple of set-up lines is all. So do the opening, please. Pretty please. Please release me, let me go.
All right. Let's just try not to screw it up this time, shall we?
Ooh, you're about as much use as a chocolate teapot. A concrete life belt. A limp dick.
Yes, all right, Barney. Can we just do the opening, please? From the top?
The top.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Trevor O'Flynn.
And Barney, buy me a beer, Barnstable. Together we are.
Trevor?
And Barney.
Thank you very much indeed, Barney. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what a great pleasure it is to be back here in the wonderful town of... Oh, good heavens, Barney, where are we?
Welwyn Garden City.
Ah, yes, such a wonderful Hawthorne theatre, which always reminds me of home.
Because it's cold and dark and full of strangers.
I don't know about that, Barney. I hear that Welwyn Garden City's got a lot going for it.
It's got a new bypass for a start. But Trevor,
Can you tell me why Jesus Christ wasn't born in Welwyn Garden City?
Now tell me, Barney, why wasn't Jesus Christ born in Welwyn Garden City?
Because they couldn't find 3 wise men and a virgin. Oh, 2 blue?
Yes, 2 blue. This is a family show, so no virgins, no wise men. Just stick to the script.
Went down a storm in Hatfield.
Well, this isn't Hatfield, so please just stick to the script. Right, okay. Opening monologue, hat routine. I hit you with a frying pan, bang. My favourite part of the show. And into the song.
Ah, yes, the song. Where you went wrong in Brighton.
Yes, all right.
Where I was a hit and you were shit.
Yes, all
I
right.
led from the front and you ran.
Yes, all right, Barney, please. Can we just do the song, please? From the top. A, you're adorable.
B, you're a total bird.
C, you're a cutie bit of charm.
D, you're a dimwit.
Oh, E, you're exciting.
F, you're a flipping flaming fool.
G, you look good to me.
H, you're so horrible.
Oh, you're the one I idolise. You're the best.
You're a pest.
You're top pick.
You make me sick.
You know I really do like
I
to.
really insult you.
But you're my
I
mate.
think you're great.
You're great fun.
You're my chum.
We are friends through and through.
Well,
I mean, that sucked, didn't it? But at least it was better than Brighton.
Oh, stop going on about bloody Brighton, will you? I got a couple of lines wrong.
Couple. I didn't know where the hell we were.
We've worked together long enough. You should have known where I was going.
Yeah, we were going round and round in bloody circles. That's where we were going. You know, if I hadn't have bailed you out, we'd have gone around in an ever-decreasing circle till we disappeared up our own backside.
You bail me out. That'll be the day. Remember, you say what I tell you to say. I just had a temporary mental blank. That's all. It happens to all performers at some stage.
Yes, but it's happening more and more, isn't it, eh? Eh? I mean, look, Brighton wasn't the first time it was noticeable to the crowd.
It wasn't noticeable to the crowd. I covered it brilliantly. The way I brilliantly cover your screw-ups.
My screw-ups?
Yes. Yes, your bloody screw-ups. We've talked about those too before, remember?
You talk bullshit, Trevor. And we've talked about that before too, remember? Has it ever occurred to you that you might be cracking up? That the pressure might be getting to you?
For Christ's sake, we are not going to go through this again, are we?
I just think you're losing it.
Why don't you just mind your own business and worry about your own performance?
I'm only trying to help the master of comedy.
Yeah, since when have you ever helped me with anything? Never.
There's no need to, is it? Because you're so good at everything, including deluding yourself about your mental state.
Just be quiet. Look, come on. Start psyching yourself up for the act.
I'll leave the psyching up to you, Trevor. You're psycho enough for both of us.
No, stop calling me a psycho. I've warned you about that before, remember? Now, please, just don't start winding me up.
All right. I get the message.
Good. Let's talk about something else. You know, I've always been a little bit edgy before we go on.
I thought you didn't want to talk.
I don't. I'm just pointing out that it's normal for me to be a little bit tense before we face an audience.
Yes, but it's happening more and more, isn't it? Look, Trevor, when we started out, you used to be on top of things, right? But now look at you. You're just a bloody powder keg.
Bullshit!
I just think you need to get some help, and quickly too, before we can't even get any panto.
I don't need any help. Well, things are just fine. Okay, so we're not playing the big gigs at the moment.
It's hardly surprising, isn't it? After we lost our television show, and you know why, don't you?
No, you do tell me, Barney. You've got all the answers.
Because you can't keep your mouth shut. Because you keep telling everyone how to do their jobs, including the director.
The director was useless. He'd never directed comedy before, and yes, I had a much better idea how the show should look than he did.
Well, it didn't help when you ended up hitting him because he couldn't get you the correct prop on time. Talk about a pathetic temper tantrum.
Look, it's just a temporary setback. We'll be back on TV soon. I mean, we're about the most popular comedy routine in the country. I mean, look at the reception we got in Brighton. Other performers can only dream of the success we've had.
You're delusional, you know that? That's just part of your problem. What do they call that? Performance anxiety? Oh, yes, that's what Donna put your other problems
Once you
down to.
shut your grubby little mouth. As far as pressure goes, I can handle it as well as the next bloke. But the next bloke doesn't have a partner who sits around and does bugger all. I mean, look at you.
Oh, no, I wouldn't dream of interfering with your setting up, Trevor. Oh, no. No one does it as brilliantly as the great Trevor O'Flynn, entertainer extraordinaire. It's better if I just sit here and keep out of the way and not get in the way of the guru.
Yeah, good excuse for letting me do all the work. Now, my pills, buddy. Where are my pills?
Oh, God.
I ought to take these before I go on.
Yes, I know.
Hat, Barney!
Oh, hey! What the... It must be cold down there in my shadow, eh, Trevor?
What are you on about?
Oh, come on, admit it. You're jealous of me, aren't you? It just eats away at you. Trevor and Barney is the name of the act, but everybody thinks of it as Barney and the other bloke.
Shut up, Barney. I'm trying to concentrate.
I get all the laughs. People come and see me because they want me to make them laugh.
Just shut up, Barney. Shut up!
Ow!
Oh, the truth hurts, eh, Trevor?
The truth? What's the truth, eh, Barney? Come on, I'd like to hear the truth.
Oh, you want to hear the truth? Come on, I'll tell you the truth.
The aim of a joke is not to degrade the human being. It's to remind him he's already degraded.
And you think you're the funny man, do you, Barney?
I am funny. I get all the laughs. People come and see the show because they want me to make them laugh.
As if we're a duo, a comedy duo. We both make them laugh.
Bullshit, Trevor! You don't make anyone laugh. You know what you are? You're the straight man. You're just the bloody straight man.
Yes, you're right. I'm the straight man. But without me, you're nothing. Without Trevor, there is no Barney. What was Stan Laurel without Oliver Hardy? Morecambe without Wise. Lou Costello without Bud Abbott now. Wouldn't have got to first base.
Yeah, it's very clever, Trevor. Wouldn't have got to first base. It's very good. Yeah.
Dean Martin without Jerry Lewis.
It's a very funny comic, Jerry was.
He was, because he wrote his own stuff. You write nothing, Barney. You have never had an original idea in your life. I do it all. I write it, I set it up.
Can I deliver it? When people come and see the show and they want an encore, they shout, Barney, Barney, Barney. There's no mention of Trevor.
That's enough.
Oh, come on, Trevor. Admit it. The pressure's getting of you. You can't stand it, can you? You write the material. I'm the star. You made me what I am. Now you can't handle what I've become. Eh? The pressure's getting to you and it's beginning to affect your
Why don't
performance.
you just shut up and get ready for the show?
I am ready for the show. I'm always ready for the show, Trevor. You're the one who's arsing around.
I'm not listening. I'm too busy to be distracted.
Oh, is this how you handle all your insecurities? Is it you piss fart around so you don't have to worry about what's happening to you?
I'm not piss farting around. I'm getting ready for our act. Besides, if there's any insecurity, it comes from me listening to you criticise me all the time.
Well, I'm only vocalising what you're thinking.
You're not. You're trying to get inside my head, trying to create self-doubt into what I am doing.
Oh, why would I do that, Trevor?
How the hell would I know? Perhaps you're bored stupid with your parasitic little life. Perhaps you don't like how I have all the input into the script. Perhaps, deep down, you're just an annoying little prick who gets on other people's nerves. I don't know. Perhaps you might want to break up the act.
Oh, well, if I am such a nasty little prick as you put it, why don't we break up the act?
Actually, that's not such a bad idea, Barney. Not such a bad idea at all. Why should a little bloodsucker like you live off my talent?
Oh, you'd never do it. Never in a million years. Do you want to know why?
Oh, you tell me, Barney. You've got all the answers.
Because you need me. Because you're not funny on your own. Because you're the straight man. You know what you are. Not gone, but forgotten.
That's where you're wrong, Barney. I think I'd be sensational without you.
Yeah, sensational flop you were, you mean? Like you were all those years ago when you started out as a stand-up comedian. Now, what was your nickname then, Trevor? Oh, yes, the Corpse, wasn't it? Because you died on stage.
So only shut your mouth before I shut it for you. Now, just please leave me alone when I set up the rest of my gear.
Look, I just think you need to get some help.
Oh, piss off.
I think you need some help.
I don't need help.
Well, I think you do.
Is that right?
Yeah, oh yeah, but it's no good talking to you, is it? Because you just go into denial. I mean, all this paranoid stuff, talking to yourself all the time.
Talking to yourself means you need counselling. Half the population will be in the streets bloody off this.
All these verbal attacks you make on people.
Like who?
Like me.
That's because you are an annoying little toad who rides on my coattails.
Oh, back to that again, are we? The unappreciated genius.
Yes. Conversation over.
Is this why you don't talk to your brother?
What?
Is this why you don't talk to your brother Richard, even though you were close when you were young?
We just grew apart as we got older.
Grew apart after you won that scholarship to Oxford, you mean?
Well, is that right, Barney? Well, for your information, I was very proud of Richard.
That's what you say. Yeah, but deep down you were jealous of him, weren't you? You were jealous of the fact that he went to Oxford, jealous of the fact that he won a scholarship, jealous of the fact that he went on to make his first million setting up that brilliant .com company, and you were left with nothing, sweet FA.
Oh, just piss off.
All right then, smart ass. All right then. Tell me this. Why didn't you go to that award ceremony? What was it? The British Business Awards? Yeah. And he walked away with most promising businessman of the year. So why didn't you go then?
I was busy.
Yeah, busy feeling sorry for yourself.
You don't know the half of it. Well, good old Richard was off at Oxford getting drunk every night. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Stacking shelves at the local supermarket for what? £150 a week. And all three of us had to live off that handout. Richard? He didn't want to know. He never saw Dad's business fail. He never saw Dad slowly disappearing into the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Never saw how it affected Mum. She never seemed to stop crying. And he never saw the look on her face when she came home and found our father hanging from the first floor banisters, his neck snapped clean in two.
Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, I know what I got. A cockroach bloody cluster.
Christ. You're so self-centered, aren't you? You can't even have pity for your own mother.
Pity? What the hell do you know about it? I was the one who had to nurse her through all those years of depression and debt. Working like a slave during the day, nursing at night, and still trying to work on the comedy because I had this insane idea that one day I might just amount to something big on that stand-up circuit. Then what happens? Richard O'Flynn, the golden boy of business, returns like some white knight and saves the day by showering us all from his horn of plenty. I was in the papers, Barney, how he rescued his mother and brother Trevor from a life of destitution. Oh, he was a hero. He was so selfless, so modest. He did it all for us. He didn't want anything for himself. We just had to say how bloody grateful we were. His picture was on the front page of the Sun newspaper under that sodded headline. The unfortunate family fortunes of the famous high-flying Flynn.
But you know what you did, isn't that enough?
It would be nice to get some recognition.
Oh, I see. So it all counts for nothing unless they're standing at the back and applauding.
Christ, I mean, you can't even have pity for your own mother.
Of course, I'm glad I've still got a mother. But she doesn't remember anything I did for all those years. She doesn't remember anything apart from Richard, returning like the prodigal son. Now it's Richard this and Richard that. Well, I did all the work and he got all the glory.
Still just a straight man, eh, Trevor?
Too bloody right. All that working for what? Zilch. I could have gone the way of Dad with all the stress I was under.
Well, it's lucky for you that you got a hero for a brother then, isn't it? Lucky for you that because of your brother's money, you're able to waste your time trying to be funny.
I'll just give it a rest.
Lang Burns Jr. once said, "There's no limit to what a man can achieve, provided he doesn't care who gets the credit."
Who the hell's Langsburn Jr.?
Who the hell's Lang Burns Jr.? He's the guy who got the credit for that quotation. You see, I'm bloody funny on my own. I don't need a straight man. How about this one? A man goes into a psychiatrist's office and he says, "Doctor, you got to help me. I'm cracking up. I don't know what to do. I think my wife's going to leave me. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I don't know what's happening with my life. I want to end it all." And the psychiatrist says, "Calm down, my friend, calm down. Why? Only the other day I was feeling sorry for myself. But then I heard that the great clown Grok is appearing in town. Now, you go and see him, because I guarantee that by the end of the evening you'll have laughed so much you'll have forgotten all your problems." And on hearing this advice, the young man lets out a loud wail and cries, "Doctor!" You don't understand. I am Grok.
I think you fall flat on your face.
Well, they wouldn't call me the corpse, though, would they?
Listen, smart ass, I have an idea. Why don't we swap roles and prove who has the real talent? You could feed me the lines and I'd milk the laughs. Probably improve the act.
Probably destroy the act, more likely. Once a straight man, always a straight man. Or, as Shakespeare once said, a man has got to know his limitations. So you've got a lot to learn, Trevor.
Did Shakespeare really say that?
No, it was Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry.
You can't help yourself, can you, buddy? Trying to get inside my head, trying to create self-doubt.
Oh, I don't need to do that, Trevor, because you've got enough self-doubt of your own.
Oh, bullshit. Everyone has the odd low.
Oh, yes, but with you it's eating you up, isn't it? Clawing away at your psyche day and night.
Well, you're not helping the cause.
Not helping the cause, Christ, if it wasn't for me, you'd have cracked up years ago. The only reason I stick around, Trevor, is to keep an eye on you. Sacrificing my own career for you, Trev.
Oh, don't let me hold you back then. Let's ride off. Find yourself your own straight man. See how well you get on without me pushing you forward, without me giving you all the best bloody lines.
All right, calm down, okay?
You know I wouldn't do that to you. Not now. Not in the state you're in.
Especially not with all the other crap you got coming up.
Well, what other crap?
Donna and the kids. Yes, you see, Trevor, I've been talking to your wife.
Since when have you been having deep and meaningful conversations with Donna?
Only the other day. I mean, look, she wanted to talk to someone about your mental state. Well, of course, you wouldn't listen.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. My family, they're all fine. They're just fine.
Oh, bloody hell, Trevor. You don't need to be an Einstein to realise she's about ready to pack up the kids and leave.
Oh, bullshit.
Come on, surely in your heart of hearts, you knew this was on the cards. You can't say the thought hasn't occurred to you.
Well, why should she leave me? Oh, I give her everything.
Because you're going crazy,
I don't
Trevor.
hear
That's
this.
why.
All this paranoid stuff. I mean, she wants to leave before you end up killing yourself.
Killing myself.
Yeah, well, of course, the only reason you're not going to do it is because you're afraid that someone might find out and think it was murder. Then you wouldn't get the claim of credit for doing it yourself.
There's no way Donna would leave me. Not when we just had the twins and everything.
Oh,
Trevor. I can't understand you at all. You know, you think that everyone else has stolen your thunder in every little aspect of your life.
and yet, it's never occurred to you that someone might have done the dirty deed with a wife that's young enough to be your daughter, Donna.
What?
Surely, deep down in the recesses of that diseased little mind of yours, it must have occurred to you just how much your daughters resemble Andrew Preston.
It's my manager.
Yes, your manager, remember? And Randy Andrew. Remember how he said, oh, don't worry, Trevor. I'll look after the kids when you're away from home. And so you're on your tours, out of the house for day and night, eh? Such long tours, weren't they? Playing all those shitholes that no one's ever heard about. Well, while we were out of the house, it looks like he really did look after Donna.
I don't want to hear this shit.
But don't worry, Trevor. At least this way you really do get to claim the credit for another man's
I'm going to
work.
break your bloody neck, Barry. I'm going to break your bloody neck and bury you in a box where no one will find you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is that what happened to Angus, was it?
What?
Is this what happened to Angus? Did you break his neck and bury him in a big box where no one would ever find him?
I never touched Angus. He just left the act.
Well, where did he go then?
I've got no idea.
What do you mean you've got no idea?
Like I said, I've got no idea where he's gone.
Well, why did he leave the axe then? Was he getting too many laughs when you were in the shade?
That he's stupid. It was his job to get laughs.
I reckon you were jealous of him. Probably of Penelope too.
Penelope? What do you know about Penelope? She was in the act years before you came along, even before Angus.
Donna told me about
Oh,
it.
what did Donna tell you?
Oh, she told me lots of things about you and Penelope. How you used to spend more time with her than you did with your own wife. All those little tete-a-tetes. Yeah, she thinks that's what probably put your marriage on a downward spiral.
The act was new. I needed time to work it out. Of course I spent hours with Penelope. She was the other half of the show.
Admit it, Trevor. You were keen on her, weren't you?
Yes. That's all right. I did like Penelope. Better than I like you anyway. Oh, pretty little thing she was.
And how come she only lasted 18 months before you replaced her with Angus? Was she getting too many laughs putting you in the shade, was she?
No, she wanted to leave, go solo, and surely even you know that male-female comedy double acts don't work. Never have, never will.
I heard that she was on the verge of becoming a household name, unlike Trevor O'Flynn, who was already a household nobody.
I told you. Male-female comedy double acts don't work. Penelope and I, well, we went our separate ways. It is as simple as that.
Well, Angus wasn't female, so how come she got rid of him?
Oh, I am sick of this. Just get ready for the show.
Angus was the most popular comedy act on the circuit. You know something, Trevor? I'm beginning to see a pattern emerging here. First there was Penelope, then there was Angus. I bet you were jealous of them.
You want to know about Angus, Barney? Well, I'll tell you about bloody Angus. He got too big for his boots. He wouldn't follow the script anymore. Thought it was funny to make stuff up on the spot, ad-libbing and bad-mouthing me in front of the audience.
Well, it made them laugh. That's the main thing.
Oh, it made them laugh, all right. But they were not laughing at my clever writing. No. They were laughing at me. They were laughing at the stuff that Angus was saying about me.
He was only joking.
Was he? Was he trying to undermine my confidence, steal the show at my expense, playing on my vulnerabilities when he knew I couldn't fight back?
Oh, I didn't know you had any vulnerabilities.
It couldn't go on. Something had to be done, so I got rid of him. And I brought in you as a replacement. I thought you'd be different. Like a fresh new face willing to learn the ropes, but you've changed, Barney. You've changed. You've become just like Angus. You mock me and you make fun of me.
My God. You are a bloody psycho.
Angus started calling me a psycho too, Barney. And he said that I needed counselling, just like you've been doing.
Look, I'm only trying to help.
That's what Angus said, over and over and over again. Now, you had better be careful, Barney, because history has a tendency of repeating itself.
You killed him, didn't you?
I warned him. Just like I'm warning you. When we're up there, on that stage, you say what I tell you to say. I don't like this ad-libbing. It could lead anywhere, and I don't like it when you make fun of me in front of all those people.
Just joking, I'm just trying to milk a laugh.
But I don't think what you say is funny. I don't like being called a psycho in front of everybody. I don't like it when you make jokes about my love life. And if you mention my twins up there on stage, I will take your head off in front of the audience. Do you understand what I'm saying, Barney? Am I coming through loud and clear?
Oh, you're scaring me.
I said, am I coming through loud and clear?
All right, loud and clear, Trevor. Loud and clear.
Good. Certainly hope you heard better than Angus. He shot off his mouth once too often. Thought it was funny to upstage me, ad-lib, and make fun of me in front of the audience, but... oh, well, the joke's on him now. There's no audience where he's gone.
There was no audience for Angus at the Comedy Awards either, was there?
What are you coming at now?
All those years ago, you know, when you started out as a stand-up comedian and you realised that you needed to become a double act, and you were more successful than in your wildest dreams, weren't you?
Yes, we were. We were bloody good.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. You and Angus were the most popular act on the comedy circuit, but you realised that you were never going to be funny on your own, because there was always going to be someone funnier than you were. So when you got the nod that you'd actually won that award, you rigged it. You rigged it that you alone would be sitting in the audience that night. Angus was in the dressing room when the award was announced, and you didn't go and get it.
No, it would have taken too much time. The show was on a tight schedule.
It would have taken 15 seconds to go and get it, but no, you just strode up on stage to get the award, get all the applause, all the glory.
It was my turn for some recognition.
And all the time, your little mate was stuck in that dressing room, oblivious to what was going on. You know, Trevor, after all these years, I can't believe there's no guilt in that one.
Guilt. Of course there's guilt, lots of guilt. But it evaporated pretty quickly when he started bringing up all the time, started mocking me, started doing his own thing, started making a fool in front of the audience. In the end, I couldn't take it anymore.
So you smashed his head with a hammer?
Yes, that's too right. I smashed his head with a hammer. Just like I did with Penelope. Yes, Barney. I killed them both and burnt them up to nothing. Oh, you had to ask, didn't you? You had to know the truth. And the same thing will happen to you if you don't do as I say. And you will do as I say. Say it, little prick. I will say everything Trevor tells me to say. Say it. Say it. I will say everything Trevor tells me to say. Say it. Say it. Say it.